I know it's been a minute since you guys seen Malik in Hawaii, but we are back with his junior season here. But we're facing the number one team in the nation in Washington. But it was a pretty good game. Malik's first game back on the field in Hawaii, and over the offseason, he wasn't feeling at home. The campus is beautiful, and he's getting all the opportunities he can, but he's not. He just doesn't feel like the competition is good enough. They play pretty ranked. They play some good ranked opponents, but he feels like Hawaii is not a school that produces NFL backs. He's trying to go to a school that produces NFL players. There's not that many NFL players in Hawaii. Even though Malik Bridges has had some amazing stats during this game, or during his career right now as a junior, coming in and starting as a freshman at Hawaii and being the starter for 2 seasons is actually pretty impressive, especially for him coming out of high school. But right here, as you can see, we're getting chunks and chunks, a little bit and little bits of yards. And Malik was getting frustrated the whole game, man. He couldn't really break off a huge run against this Washington defense. Yes, they are the number one team in the nation, but they were just stuffing us. They had our number all day long, man. We couldn't do that much on the ground. I'm still trying to make it happen, though. As you can see, I'm juking left to right out here. This is my first big run of the day. I'm trying to break it off. I thought that was a touchdown, but I got to unhook the trailer right there. Forgot to unhook the trailer. Yeah, man, this was a pretty defensive game. I think we ended up getting the win, the week 1 upset against Washington. But Malik has a decision to make after this game. If he wants to stay in Hawaii and continue to be the dominant back that he is for them, the Mr. Reliable, Mr. Consistent he is for them, or does he journey into the transfer portal knowing that he still has a 3-game limit before he's ruled ineligible if he transfers. After thinking long and hard after this game, coming off a dub, after thinking long and hard, and lots of coaches hitting my DMs after I entered the transfer portal, I ended up enrolling in the University of Florida. Go Gators, baby. And in my first game at the University of Florida against Toledo, I'm going to juke in and out between 2 defenders, and for the first time I touch the ball as a Florida Gator, it's going to be an 80-yard touchdown. The crowd was hype. I got my teammates hype, man. I'm ready to be the best Florida Gator. I'm ready to be better than Emmitt Smith. I'm ready to be better than all those guys ahead of me, man. As you can see, it's almost like cake work. Obviously, we're not going against too tough of an opponent, so I'm just pretty much having my way right now. I love that the offensive coordinator is trusting in me. I'm a new player. This is a new system, and he's still feeding me the rock consistently, and I'm not taking my chances for granted. I'm scoring every time. I'm going to be trying to score every time. For my first game as a Florida Gator, man, I'm getting pretty adjusted with this offense. I'm building chemistry with my teammates. And at the end of the first quarter, we're going to be up 28-0, man. We're absolutely smashing Toledo. Right here, I'm going to get another huge gain on the ground, 23-yard rush. They're going to feed me the ball again. I'm going to get swallowed up in the backfield, but it's definitely going to be a face mask. I was not going to get up. I was not going to go down that easy. The Toledo players were getting on. They were kind of getting in their feelings because I was chirping, man. But that's just what happens when you're a competitor like me. You know, winning 28-0 in the first half. Of course, you're gonna have some words for your opponent. We ended up smashing Toledo, man. A pretty great victory, 38-7, to get the season started off as a Florida Gator. And then in our next game, we have a test against Miami to prove who is the best team in Florida. Okay, we still have to beat Florida State, but beating Miami is step 1. You can't be the best in Florida and only beat one team, so yeah, we're just gonna go out here and try our hardest to win this game, man. We did start off slow though on offense. I won't lie to you. We were having a little bit of it was taking some time to get adjusted, you know, get some yards, but you know, I'm slowly chunking and diving down the field, and we're gonna get in the red zone here. We are up 7-0, and on 3rd and 2, I'm just gonna make it 14-0, just walking into the end zone almost. Late in the second half, or early in the second half, excuse me, I'm gonna run around the edge and get a quick little gain for a first down. Just playing the game slow, and right here I see the Red Sea part on this 1st and 10. I'm gonna swerve one man and ultimately get caught up with. Right here on 1st and goal, you know they're gonna hand the ball out to me to go ahead and punch it in. So we're up 28-3 after the third quarter. Going late here into the fourth quarter, it's going to be 28-3. We're going to walk away with another dub. Starting off the season 2-0. We're hot. We're on fire. And I think we're finally going to be ranked after this game. I was very surprised I wasn't so very surprised when we weren't ranked against Toledo, because they were a pretty bad team and we beat them 38-0. But here in week 4, we're going against 2-1 Tennessee. We're also ranked 20th in the nation. So this is a good game for us. This is in the swamps at Florida. Coming in this game with a lot of momentum. As you can see I'm starting off the game hot. I almost had a touchdown right here, but my teammate doesn't know how to get out of my way, and I ultimately ended up getting tripped up right there, but it doesn't matter. Next play, I'm going to get in the Wildcat, and you know this is to the crib. Every time I touch the ball in the Wildcat formation, every time I touch the Wildcat formation, man, it's a touchdown. As you can see, right here on the next play to end the first quarter, I'm going to have a huge run on 2nd and 9, a 41-yard rush to bring us into the second quarter. And on 3rd and 4, I'm going to get this screen right here, juke about almost 3 defenders, but I'm going to be taken down short of the first down, or shortly after the first down. And then on 1st and goal, I'm going to punch it in to make this lead 14-0. Now it's almost halftime, it's 14-0. I'm about to make it 21-0 as I run around a defender, using my speed to gain the edge, and nobody's gonna catch me right here. That is another 73-yard touchdown. Just running past people at this point. But I think my team got pretty complacent. You know, we're up 21-0, and you see they got me in the Wildcat again, and you already know what I said when I get in the Wildcat, man. I'm not getting touched. Nobody's touching me. I'm scoring every time in the Wildcat. They need to put that as like our #1 play, because every time I score, every time I touch the ball, I'm gonna score, man. Just like that. Right here on 1st and 10, clock's winding down. It's 28-7 in the end of the third quarter. Just about. We're just gonna try to milk the clock here, run out some time, you know. I'm gonna have almost like a Heisman-like play here, juking 2 people, hitting a spin move, staying in bounds, and then diving for the pylon right there. It's pretty athletic, pretty crazy play, Sports Center type play right there. It's 35-14, and right here on this read option play, I get hit for no reason. Well, not for no reason. I guess he thought I still had the ball, but my coach said I wasn't getting back in. There was no reason for me to risk another injury. So I just sat out the rest of that game, and we're going to walk on to another dub. Now we have another SEC game the following week against Kentucky, and our first offensive drive. I'm going to take the first carry of the game, 75 yards for a touchdown, giving us a 7-0 lead over Kentucky. They come right back and score. And right here on like 3rd and 5, I'm just going to try to make my way around the edge. We're trying to run past everybody. I do ultimately get caught up before, shortly after gaining 38 yards. Right here, I'm just going to try to run to the edge. I really couldn't get anything going against this Kentucky defense in the first half. But right here, I do get some decent runs, you know, juking some people out their shoes, 12 yards runs. So this game ended up going to overtime, man. And we were winning this game early on, and it all just fell apart in overtime, man. Tough loss to Kentucky. I only think I scored that 1 touchdown or 2 touchdowns in OT that game. But never mind that. We're still ranked. We still only have 1 loss. We're going to be up against Arkansas right here. And I'm already making a huge impact. I scored the first touchdown of the game. I'm going to get this speed option right here, try to make it in the end zone. I swear I thought I scored, but the rest ruled me short. But it's cool. You know, next play, we're going to hand it off back to me again. I'm going to score, giving us a 24-0 lead before the third quarter. And just like that, our lead magically disappeared. And Arkansas is back in this game. Now, we did end up giving Arkansas the ball back, but they did not score. So we're going to end up winning the game. And we're off to a hot start as a Florida Gator. I think we're even in the Heisman race. If we keep this up, we're definitely going to win the Heisman. We just got to win out the season.